Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Cassie, and on this channel, we talk all things of healing, self-love, and self-care, and of course, becoming your dream woman. And on today's Casmas Christmas special episode, we are going to talk about how to release the old version of you before the new year. So, before the new year arrives, and before you start setting goals and choosing a word and having the visions of your next level, there's something sacred that needs to happen first. The reason that this needs to happen is because you cannot carry the old version of you into the new year and expect a new life. Today, we are going to talk about how to release that old version of you. Not with force, not with shame, but with compassion, honesty, and emotional healing. So if you've felt tired or like you're ready to, clean your energetic slate, well, this video is for you. Because most people try to build a new life on top of the unhealed patterns. And oh yeah, they want new relationships. They want more confidence. They want more abundance, a softer, happier life. But they are still carrying old survival identities, old fears, old wounds, and old self-doubt. And here's the truth. You don't attract your future, you carry it. So whatever you're still holding onto emotionally comes with you. And the old you isn't bad, no. But she was doing her best to survive, but survival energy doesn't belong in this next chapter. Letting go isn't about erasing who you were. No, it's about honoring her and releasing what she no longer needs to hold. So, you'd let her know that you love her, because this version of her, of you, right? The version of you that overgave, the version of you that stayed too long in relationships and employers and different things like that really wasn't serving you, the version of you that shrunk herself to fit in and really never was self-serving for yourself, and the version of you that accepted less when you definitely deserved more. Yes, that version of you doesn't need to come with you, because then you'll never be able to truly grow and become who you are meant to be. So even if you're not ready to let go, it's time to let go. You feel emotionally heavy without knowing why. You're repeating patterns that you're tired of. You end up, craving peace more than proving, and you're no longer aligned with who you've been. So this isn't about a breakdown. No, this is the release point. This is your nervous system is asking for safety. This is when your soul is asking for truth. And this is when your future self is asking for space. Let's do a short emotional release practice together. You can pause this video afterwards and take more time if you need to, okay? So the step one is grounding. In order to do that, you want to place one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach, take a deep breath in through your nose, and exhale slowly through your mouth. And now you're going to want to do that again when you're done. The next step, and you may need to repeat that a few times, right? That's fine as well. And the next step that you're going to want to do is acknowledgement. You can think it silently or you can say it out loud and say, thank you for getting me here. Thank the old version of who actually survived all of the trauma, betrayal, whatever she survived. The one who coped and through all of the troubles and the trials. And the one who carried more than she should have. Yes, no judgment, only gratitude. Let her know that she was appreciated. I now say that I release the identities, patterns, and emotions that I no longer need to carry. Imagine them gently leaving your body, not ripped away, but just released. Breathe Take a deep breath and just exhale. Now say, I choose peace, I choose self-trust, I choose alignment, and let your body soften. Emotional healing doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be quiet, it can be safe, and it can be loving. And one thing that I would highly suggest you to do, you don't have to do it right then and there, but at night when you take a shower or you take a bath or whatnot, I would use the water and like while you're washing your body, pretend like you're washing off all of the trauma of all of the old stuff, right? And it's just washing away and down the drain and it's gone. And you can, imagine like gold light or something like that, that is helping washing that away from you. Because water is very powerful. Our bodies are mostly made of water, and water is memory and things like that. So definitely you can use that. And like I said, it's very powerful to do. I also want to give you a very powerful journaling prompt. And this is where the release happens. And the journal prompt that I want you to write on the top of your page is, who am I no longer carrying in 2026 with me? And you might write things like, I'm no longer carrying the version of me who settles. I am no longer carrying survival mode. I'm no longer carrying guilt for choosing myself. I'm no longer carrying relationships that drain me. And I'm no longer carrying the belief that I am behind. Let it flow, no editing, no fixing, just truth, and let it all come out. Everything, right? Even if it is a belief, the limiting beliefs, the limiting ways of the way that you were, right? If you were a people pleaser, you don't want to take that with you. All of those things, let that go and say, you know what, thank you, but we're no longer need that right now. And as this year closes, you are allowed to arrive lighter. You are allowed to release without needing permission, and you are allowed to become someone new. And I know sometimes that is hard for people to hear, like, oh, I don't want to be new. I don't want to change and this and that. But let me tell you, new and change is very, very healthy, and it's good and it's normal. So don't let people make you feel that like it's not. You are allowed to release without needing permission. You are allowed. You don't need to drag the past into your future to prove that you've grown. No, growth happens when you actually let go. If this video supported you, take a moment to like it, subscribe, and share it with another woman who's ready to release her old chapters too. And remember, you're not losing yourself. You are returning to who you were always meant to be. And on this note, I just wanted to say that, I was able to do this, and you're going to need to do this basically at every time that you have a rebirth situation. Is letting that old version of you go so the new version of you can come on board with more ease. And now this old version of you, she may still want to show her head and say, hey, don't forget about me. So you're going to need to make sure that you are aware of that and don't allow that to retake over in 2026, right? Because sometimes, even going through this process, they still try to, the old version of you still, tries to come back because that's just what it's always done. But you just say nope, and you start rewiring your brain to think differently. You start doing different routines, doing different things than your old version of you would do, because obviously you have to do things differently in order to get a new version of you in. And just remember, all of this was possible because I decided to say yes to my healing. And I decided that I wasn't going to be the version of myself that I used to be before I said yes to healing. And that is going to be one of the most powerful whys in your journey, if that is what it is, right? So you have to figure out your why. Why do you want to change? Why do you want a new life? And let that be the anchoring of why you heal, why you become the newest version of you, and why you are needing to let go of that old version. Because if your why is not powerful enough, then you may feel that it's easier just to stay in your current situation. And I don't want that for you. I want you to grow, I want you to expand, and I want you to become your dream woman in 2026. And it all starts with doing this work now. So I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.